Hey, welcome team. Great to see you all back. And it was a 1 week, somewhere like I was absent for 1 week, and we are coming back. But we are coming back with a boom, right? So we have all the reasons to celebrate this time with Nathalie. She has done a great job. She was, I think, enrolled into our previous batch, and just now she had cleared CISSP and also completed her endorsement process. So we are hoping in next week she will be getting her certificate as well, right? So all to you, Nathalie, it's your show.
Thank you, Manoj, so much. I'm so happy to have found you. It's many years that I knew I wanted to do this. I had the knowledge, but I never had the confidence. So as I like to learn, and I never, is the only certificate, I think that was the most important for me that I wanted to do in my career. But things happen and I never had the time to do it. So when I found you, I just thought, okay, that's super, because a lot of training are either video and there is nothing interactive. You don't meet the people, you don't discuss with them. And for me to have done the training with you and the group has been massive motivation. It's what gave me the things that I'm going to do it, because when I met all these people, I just saw they are so intelligent. Oh my God, so I need to make it as well. So, and then I did follow exactly your advice, to read the books, which I did read many times, before. So I did read, religiously the book, like you say, chapter by chapter, 3 hours a day, doing the questions. And so that was for the 3 months. And then after I got COVID and I didn't want to meet anyone. I was in my bed and I just thought I'm not going to delay this project, too long. So let's do some questions. So I was doing a lot of questions everywhere. And I did morning to evening, thousands of questions, non-stop, all the spare times, I had, going to work in the tube, I was doing questions. If I had any little time in job, I was doing questions. In the evening, doing questions, I've done questions for 2 months. And that maybe I did question all over the place, in CCQ, I use Bosom, I use ISS2, I use exam topics. I did questions a lot, obviously, your platform as well. But I did a lot of questions. And yeah, I mean, it gives you kind of confidence, but you realize that, the questions can be written in very, very various ways. And you just think, okay, I think I know the content, but I'm not sure about, but I knew I have I knew everything. So I just decided, anyway, my target was March. I didn't want to go further. So I went to I booked the things and I passed. But yeah, happy to have done it, very happy. But I think, people have to do what you are saying, basically, to really religiously, know your content, do a lot of questions, and see all the video. I mean, all the video you had, because there is a lot of small things that I didn't maybe fully understood. And by watching your video, so when I say reading the book, it's also watching your video. I think I've seen all of your video on Cybernous. So yeah, just work hard and you will make it. Yeah.
Great, Nathalie. That's a great journey, actually. And I know how meticulously you have followed the entire routine, right? Practicing questions, reading books, and everything. You are always prompt on, right? So one of the key item I can take out from here is if you follow that routine rigorously, that will definitely help, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think so. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
and
some days, you may be doing more, some days you do less, but it just and what was the motivation for me is to never miss a session,
hmm,
on the weekend. For me, it was really, really, I mean, anywhere, it was such a pleasure. I did love it. Yeah, I mean, I think the routine of the weekend session, it's a massive, massive help, because you hear what you say, even if you know everything, but there is maybe some concept or some little gaps, so you feel that. And yeah, I mean, for me, it's been the motivation and meeting new people, so it's fantastic. I mean, and all the support, from all these people. Yeah, I mean, it was good. I really, I like it.
and second thing you told Nathalie that you have practiced a lot of questions, right?
Yeah.
Uh, from CCQ, from Boson, and from other sources as well, right?
Yeah.
So how you feel like these questions are aligned to the real-time exam? Even though I know the answer, but I want to get this explained to the group so that they have the same thing.
At least this is all, I mean, I think it's a mindset that you need to get it. For me, the lexical was difficult at the beginning. So if you check the CISSP, it will give you some way of writing. If you check ISS2 is different. If you check Bosom, if you check is different. So I think to do a lot of questions, thousands of questions, it makes you less panic at the exam. Because at the exam is not is you need to have practice question, in my opinion. Otherwise, you are in panic.
I think that's a great clarity, right? Another thing, Nathalie, you spoken about the mindset, right? And we often keep talking about the mindset, right? To all the people in the group, I keep on talking about that. How do you feel that mindset has helped you during the exam? And what kind of mindset like should we be having to get success?
Sorry, I didn't get fully the question. What's the mindset? What?
There's a particular mindset when you go for CISSP exam, right? You need to think not more from a technical perspective, but from a process perspective and as a management risk-oriented perspective, right?
Yes.
How that helped you during your exam?
I mean, yes, in your exam, you need to think the bigger picture, right? So the question is with the bigger picture. So if you have practice questions, and if in your role, you can imagine, because me in my role, I'm doing a bit of everything. So I'm already, having, I'm focused on the higher levels. So manager or what's their problem, and I can articulate that they approve it because it's so important, because even if, so you just need to think from a manager point of view, what's the higher good,
And for you, I am pretty sure because you are already heading IT in your company. So for you, it would have been easy because you sit on that level, right? You have that view, right? For you, it is much more easy, right?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, but it's a small company. The good things I've learned and touched everything. I'm touching everything, but it's not very hierarchical. So I'm sure if I was going to in a big company, there'll be a bit of culture shock, but I adapted.
Okay, so another question is, Nathalie, sorry, I'm keeping asking you questions. Then I will give some opportunity to the group as well to ask you questions. Like you have practiced a lot of questions, right? And during that practice, most of the sometimes what happens is you practice a lot, but you don't score to that level. Sometimes you just score 50%, 60% or something like that. And sometimes it is a demotivation as well, right? Sometimes within us, right? So what do you feel? What will be your advice for that? Even if we are practicing some questions, we are not scoring 80% or 90%. Then what should be what should be our mentality?
That's not a problem to only 50 or 60, because more you do, more you will get better. But the main thing for me is, for example, if I was practicing questions and I didn't know or I didn't understood, I was coming back to the questions and I was trying to dig what I was missing. So, so if I didn't know some things, because I didn't know, so I was trying to check online or whatever, to understand the question. And for example, I was writing all the question I was missing, and I was coming back again, like maybe 1 day or 2 days after reading few stuff about the things, if I didn't know some things, So this is what I did. And like, for example, also at the end and until the day of the exam, I did all the questions in the books, because the books cover all the aspects. So for example, if you use some apps, they will be random, maybe you miss some aspects. So I just go back to the books, did all the questions, and everything that I didn't get right, I writing, going in the chapter or some things, and if I needed to check a video or whatever, but I was digging what I didn't know. And then I was practicing 1 week ago, 1 week after, again, the questions, just to make sure it's clear here. You know what I mean? I understand, I have the concept, I got it right. Because, So
Okay.
if you fail, you just have to go back, no problem. You just have to go back and understand why you failed.
Great. And Natalie, you made, I'm pretty sure you made some notes as well, right? During your study and all. How those notes helped you, and how should we make notes, right, going forward into this? Any recommendation on that?
I checked, in fact, the note I took is mainly from your video. I did some summary, just few lines of the things that I wanted to print in my head. Because I didn't
Natalie,
know.
your voice went little low actually. Is it, I'm not sure, only for me or for everyone?
Let me check.
Yeah.
Can you hear me well?
Yeah, now it is okay.
Okay, I don't move. So, yes, the note. So I did a lot of notes with your video, because the books I knew already. So I didn't want to write anything from the books. I write a lot from your video, the key concept or the few lines, the things that will complement what I didn't know or where I was a little bit weak. So, so that, I did reread, regularly all these notes, coming back on my note and reread them, so it print in my head, and yeah, this is what I did.
So you keep on revising those notes periodically, so that gets printed into your mind and become your normal approach, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yes, exactly. Yeah. So, for example, all the framework and and what they did, or whatever, what do they do, these kind of things. But I did write a couple of pages,
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. So Natalie, I'm like one after the another. I'm asking you questions. So I'm leaving it up to the group as well. They are obviously maybe having more questions, right? So over to the group now for questions, guys.
Hi, good morning, good evening, Nathalie. This is Manik.
Hi, Manik.
I'm not sure you're in which time zone, so good morning, good evening to you.
Nice. Fine.
So my question is that there are different domains. Like, so do you have any specific background of any programming language or anything which helped you in scoring good marks? Or do you think that if you have some kind of software background, software development, that would help you? Because in my case, I don't have any of that background, but so I'm a little, less confident in those areas.
I think don't try it. I mean, just I'm not a software developer. I'm just a web developer, So, but obviously, I did study at university Java and did write some stuff in Java and everything at my time. I think now it's more Python, but no, I think no. Like I say, I'm coming from a small company where nothing is at the right place. So, to be honest, just go for it. You learn, go for it. It's not a problem.
And I would like to add up to Nathalie, right? She has said it very rightly. There is no need to have a specialization in one particular area. You will not believe, guys, there was one person from Qatar also who has cleared CISSP. So it doesn't matter that you have that expertise or something, right? Not required. Because even if you are an expert into software programming as well, there's total 8 domains. Even software programmer will also be not very comfortable when going for other domains, right? So it is more about understanding the different concepts in those domains, and don't think like if you don't have that particular experience, that will hamper your growth.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, Nathan. And just one more question, one last question. Which domain do you feel is most scoring in terms of, you can maybe you can spend some less time there and take more time in a more difficult domain? So do you think there is any domain like that?
You need to know everything. Everything. You need to be confident on everything. But don't try it. If your problem is just software development, there's no problem. You just need to know the method, just have an idea about the name, Agile, you just need to know at least his name. And no, it's not a problem. Not a problem.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. Congratulations once again.
Yeah, thank you.
Just a note here, right? I think from 1st of June, they are again going to change the exam pattern, right? So we will be having double the number of, research question in the exam. So you never know which question is a research question or which question is going to score for you. You don't know. So I think those research questions sometimes can also be biased from one particular domain. You never know it, right? And then you feel like the entire exam is coming only from cryptography or only from domain 3. So that kind of feeling may also come. But the real scoring will happen based on the weightage which they have given. So that feeling may also come sometimes.
So following question here is the are the research questions of the same level, or are they difficult as compared to the now?
That's the problem. We never know. We never know. Those research questions may be very, very explanatory as well, very big and those kind of stuff, right? So you can expect anything. It is just like in encryption, we integrate some kind of initialization vector just to make things more random. So the same thing is applied here in CISSP as well.
Thank you.
Manoj, I want to share some experience. Can I go ahead?
Go ahead, sir.
So, Nathalie, for achieving that. See, in UK, US, and Singapore, we had last week one opportunity write the proctor-based exam. Okay, OP, it is called. Means you can do it online from your home as well. So we had these options. and I booked the slot on 12th May. And I'll tell you the story. But result has not come yet. I was not knowing that Proctor-based exam result will come after 8 to 10 weeks. So this is my waiting period right now. But I have gone through that exam, and I'm telling you the very fact which helped me a lot. Obviously, I took a training from you 2 years back almost. After that also I took it, made another 2 training from different organizations. Then I followed these books from that CISSP. This is for writing the exam, and this is for the core books from CISSP as well. Okay, nothing worked for me. Which will work for me during these 2 years. I did certain certifications like a data privacies and other things, and I'm preparing for that series as well as that CISA. Okay, the question came from everywhere. It helped me a lot to give the answer. Like a data privacy was huge number of questions it was throwing it, and it was very interesting, and it was my core one of the subject. I played the role also in Wipro overall. So it helped me a lot. So my suggestion would be, if you are really planning for CISSP, and obviously CISSP, whichever track you go, you need CISA or CRIX, obviously it is also required. Without only CISSP cannot help for achieving to that any career goal, which is my understanding. So if you start preparing, that will give the value added, in that passing that exam. I believe it. But I don't know, I just, when I completed 100, exam was over, and they said the message came, you have to contact to the administrator. Then I called to the ISC squad. They said, no, it is as per the program, you have to wait for this timing. So that is my experience. I thought it to share with all of you. Yeah.
Correct. So that's also important, right?
Because I wanted to avoid that score syllabus changes and all, let's take this opportunity and write the exam. So I took a chance, very honestly.
Correct.
Yeah.
No, it will get through, not a problem.
Yeah.
Great, sir. Thanks for sharing that experience. I think, Natalie, you have one question from Deepak, sir. It is on the chat. Did you go through any other series of videos apart from videos from the course, Nathalie? Oh, okay.
No, I just did what you said.
Yeah.
And just at the end, I did.
Okay. And but yes, in terms of questions, you went through some other courses as well, right? You took Watson as well and some other courses, right? Okay.
Yeah. You need to do everything that you can find online.
Yeah, so do you have any sources apart from Boston and shared CC Secure? What all specific sources you take the questions?
No, you need to select because you can't do everything. But I did what most of the people recommend, I think. So I did the books, I did CC Secure, I did Bosom, I did exam topic, but that's it. Yeah.
Nathalie, if you have those bookmarks with you, we'll highly appreciate if you can share it with the group as well, so we all can also follow the same.
Bookmark? Which bookmark?
Any kind of bookmark, like you are going to a particular site and attending some questions out there. Just more sources of questions, right?
Okay.
Just in case you have it, that will be really helpful, I think, for the group.
Yeah. Okay. And I have a request actually, because now I'm going to do a CISA. So if anyone has got some resource for CISA, the books or whatever, just feel free via on PDF or whatever.
Okay, great. Guys, any other questions? Feel free to ask. Nathalie is there with us.
Nathalie, first of all, congratulations. I have one question that is regarding domain 1, right? So till now, as I studied and I went through, I found it is sitting at on the top of all domain, right? So how much importance you want to give to domain 1?
But it's very important. I mean, but all the domains are important. I mean,
Okay.
You really need to know everything. You
Okay.
need to know everything that is in the book equally. You cannot think, okay, actually, I don't know too much domain 3. I'm ready because I know a lot of domain 1. No, you can't think like that. You need to know everything.
Okay.
And then I can't tell you because the exam is so quick that, you know, you just go through all your questions. You don't have time to say, okay, actually I've done 50 questions from this domain and 2 only from this domain. You can't think about that.
Yes. So,
Yeah,
so how the question was, like, it was, I mean, coming as a mix of all domain and or it was straightforward from this domain?
I think it's all mixed. You know.
All mix, right? Yeah, that was my thinking also. It was all mixed. That's why the knowledge of all domain is important, so that you can apply each and every concept in a single question and take the decision of answer. Okay. Okay, got it. Thank you.
Natalie, just a follow-up question on Aman, right? If you are trying to gauge how many questions were very straightforward, right? Very straightforward. How much do you feel like you will give that scoring or percentage?
Actually, it will save your time.
I don't think there was any.
Okay.
For the first 20 questions, I just saw, oh my God, to be honest, I just saw, oh my God, so I think I need 10 more years before I go again to the exam. Because of the exam, I was like, my God, maybe I don't have it. You know, I was not sure until I went out and they gave me the paper and I was so shocked, you know. So when she told me when the paper, I was so happy and so shocked because there is not a straightforward question. You know, like it's a little bit, you know, is where you can think maybe that is okay or that is okay. You know, just it's always borderline. You know,
okay.
But
Nathalie, just one more follow-up question, right? On the type of questions. So yes, there was less, straightforward questions, but at the same time, were there some questions which were very lengthy, maybe 5-6 lines, and then the question was followed up in multiple questions. Okay, one part need to be answered from this, and then this, like something like that.
Yes, all the questions was maybe 3 to 5 lines.
Okay.
Sometimes 2 lines, but 3 to 5 lines. 3 lines short. Yes.
Okay. And all those keywords, Nathalie, like least, most, not, or at least, all those type of keywords were there in capital letters or were there in normal running? Do you remember?
I think it was in normal, not in normal.
Capital letters. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that is one area we need to focus on. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just have one question, Manu sir.
Please go ahead, sir. Please go ahead.
Hi, Natalie, Jerry here. First of all, congrats on your exam. Also, I just want to ask you, while giving the exam, I mean, initially when you started giving the questions, like from question 1 to question 2, 3, 4, I mean, did you get a lot of difficult ones, or, you know, how did you, do you recommend, suppose, for example, if you're spending more than 2 minutes on a question, should we skip it, or just wanted to understand that real time experience?
No, you can't go back. I mean, I couldn't go back. So when you submit, it's finished. So you can't review what you answered. So yeah, I mean, all of the questions, you need to know your stuff. Otherwise, you can't pass this exam. It's not possible. So I mean, I think you just, but if you don't, I don't want to scare anyone. I think you just need to know your stuff. If you don't know your stuff, it's not a tourist qualification. That is sure. It's not for the people who don't know. You cannot go as a tourist, right? And just say, okay, maybe I try to do that. You know, you need to know your domain. You need to have practice, I think, in the real world. Because if you don't have the practice, I don't see how you can understood the questions. I don't, you know. So you really need to know your stuff and practice questions and think from a higher perspective.
Okay.
Not yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Nathalie, if I want to rate, I mean, CyBEX questions and Sir's video, what I am taking from you and Sir, I think this is the most important thing we have to do. CyBEX reading, CyBEX questions, Sir video.
Yeah, I
Correct.
mean, this is what did help me, because I've been doing IT security in university, for example, but sometimes for encryption, for example, we were doing a lot of mathematical, you know, complicated things, you know, with prime number and everything, and you know, even if more complicated, because but I've learned a lot from university, like Clark Wilson model, you know, exactly the details of the model, you know, how it works. So all this stuff, I knew these things, you know, I knew these things in details.
Yes.
But with Manoj, it's the practical and the video, like for example, Kerberos. Kerberos, it was difficult for me to fully understood some things, but the ticket restaurant and the services, I love it. I understood everything, you know. It was so fantastic, you know. Like, so the Manoj, it just pointing on the concept that you understood, the keywords, you know, the things that it trigger some things in your mind that you will remember. And
yes.
So that's the video, you know, there is some graphics, there is some movements, so that really help you to get to understood fully. So I did all the video, and the books, I read it, but I did read it before, so I did read it, but probably not like if it was the first time I read it. You know, if it was the first time, I will be like, oh my God, you know, I'm totally lost. So, and I was doing the questions. And at the beginning, when I was doing the questions, you know, at the beginning of the training, I was still not doing fantastic, you know, far from fantastic. But at the end, you know, and when I focus more on questions and everything, I was doing much better, because this is a mindset and a lexical issue as well, because it's not very easy vocabulary or lexical things. So that's the reason why, you know, and some of the words I didn't know because I'm not English, you know. So I had to practice the question. But yeah, you need to know your stuff. And I think what Manoj say, you know, just read. If you don't know something, just review the concept and everything. Then it's okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. All good.
Any further questions, group?
Hi, Nathalie, Umesh. Is there any chance, are you able to find out the difference between research questions and our CISSP questions? Have you got any chance to find out, whoa, this may be the research question? No.
No, I mean, no. They come one after one. You don't have to think.
Yeah,
You know, you just have to answer the question and make sure you do your stuff.
okay. And also, Umesh, point of time, right? You just have 1 minute, 1.5 minutes to answer a particular question. You are really, you can't even think in that direction. That's the thing, right?
Yeah.
So, yes, but one thing is there. One thing is there, that is for sure, guys, right? Even if you feel like I'm not doing well during the exam, right? Make an assumption. It might be all research questions which went wrong. So that will give you motivation. Okay, that part is gone now. Good stuff is going to come to me, right? So that is the positive we can drive out.
Yeah, absolutely. Even if you think you are not doing well, you need to try to focus on trying to answer the question and take it as an experience. I was ready for fail, you know. I was thinking, okay, I'm going to say to my boss, I fail because he paid for me the exam. Or I'm going to, and I was thinking, I always wanted this exam, you know, if I need 10 more years, oh my God, you know. But no, just go for the exam, but you need to know your domain and to have practice questions. Yeah, that's the thing. If you don't know the domain, you can't make it. That's for sure.
Nathalie, what's your total journey of CISSP till the certification?
Total journey, what you mean?
It's from starting to end of your till certification. What is your journey path? Maybe it's 6 months, 4 months, 3 months.
I mean, in my head, I wanted December, but then I realized December is not going to make it. So I just okay, March is good. So March, I'm going to go for it. I did according to my life, you know, as well, and my personal stuff. But I will have not gone after March. After March, you know, you just yeah, I think it's fine. I mean, you do your training for 3 months, crazy, you know, with manage, and then after you just need to give yourself 2-3 months maximum, you know. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
No, good luck.
Okay, guys, any other questions? So my question, I think this is the final question, Nathalie. After passing your CISSP, how you are going to celebrate? Are you going for a vacation? You are going for a visit? How you are going to celebrate?
I will really. I'm going next week. I'm going. I'm traveling. I will really celebrate when I get a job. I think then I will appreciate really the feeling of having this qualification. Yeah, I need to
Break. Yeah.
more.
Yeah, no, that's a must have actually after your CISSP, right? You must take a break. That is what everybody does actually. Even I went to put there after clearing my CISSP. So that's a good thing, right? I think one more question has been put up by Pulkit. A good practice to write an exam is not to skip a question and each should be attempted.
So this, yeah, please go.
Yeah,
This question is more of for Manoj sir. Sir, aapke liye ki
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right. Yes, that's true, right? There is no option, so there is no thought process in that direction, right? Yes.
No escape route.
No escape route anywhere, right? And that is the only thing which gives thrill in this exam. Believe me, guys, I have attended ISSP exam 2 times. Both of the times I got certified in my first attempt. But yes, the thrill, like as Nathalie told, right? Until the last moment, she was not, confident that she will pass. It is only when the printout comes to you, right, and they say provisionally you have passed CISSP, right? That is a huge joy, right? After like, that is thrill. That is the kind of thrill we have to go with, right? So that's how it is, guys.
Now, one more thrill is there, Manoj sir. That is that it may conclude by 98 question as well. and sometimes it is seen that 150 question also people has done, they have that cleared. So
Yes,
that
yes.
is the panic area, means you don't know how many questions will come to your screen.
Correct, correct, correct. Yes, and that's a very good point, sir. Even if you feel like now I have crossed 130 question, the exam has not ended, that does not mean that you are not going to pass the exam. You should be hopeful until the end of the exam by itself. All right, so that's a big positive out of it.
Actually, I don't even know how many questions I did. I have no idea. It ends like that. And yeah, I have no idea. And I don't think you know your score at the end. It's what I discovered as well. So yeah. It ends before the time I was expecting it will finish. Because it's written, I think the number of questions is written on the, and I didn't have time to see on this little corner how many questions I, yeah.
Okay, great. That's a great input, Nathalie. So guys, if we don't have any further questions, anybody has any questions, let me circle back once more.
No, sir. Only thing I'll request Natalie to stay in touch, right?
Yeah, she is going to be our ambassador going forward, isn't it, Nathalie? To help people like the way I am helping, same Nathalie will also do.
I mean, absolutely fine. I mean, just feel free to contact me if you need anything, and Manoj, obviously, anyway, will stay in touch. And if you need me anytime, you know, Manoj or whatever, just feel free. I mean, no problem. You can WhatsApp me. It's not a problem.
Great, Nathalie. That's a great gesture, right? Thanks for that. And
LinkedIn, because LinkedIn, it's a way as well to keep in touch, because we are all over the place, you know.
True, very much true, right? And as a ISC Square professional as well, you should be helping people, helping the society, helping people to grow, and this also help ourselves as well, learning new things every day and night, right? So that's the kind of thing we need to have. So Nathalie, once again thank you for your time. You have really done a great job and made all of us proud.